Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Element Cup Remix, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur on a slightly modified version of Team Number 2. From my top 3 best teams for the Element Cup Remix, Bulbasaur on Team Number 2 is quite powerful in this meta, and it really addresses the Wooper lead quite effectively, guys. Let me tell you, if you see a Wooper lead, you can grin from ear to ear with this team. And also on this team, we've got good old Dewpider on the safe swap. Dewpider, at this point, needs no explanation for this meta. It is overpowered to the core. It is amazing on the safe swap. And also in the back, we've got Seel, replacing Lileep from the original version of Team Number 2 from my top 3 best teams. And those of you who happen to catch my top 3 best teams video, you will know that I don't actually have a Lileep, unfortunately. Would you believe that? So we are rolling with Seel as the replacement, and my goodness, Seel is amazing, much like Dewpider. Very, very powerful in this meta. But before we dive into the featured set of the video, we are starting things off with some bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun. And looky what we have here. We had a Wooper on the lead. They make a play into a Dewpider. So now, the way that you play the Wooper lead here, guys, is they will safe swap in Dewpider. You either do big damage with a Sludge Bomb or grab an early shield advantage, and then you make the play into your own Dewpider for the mirror matchup. Now, this Wooper lead often has, obviously we see the Dewpider here, but it also has a Vulpix as the third. 9 times out of 10, if you encounter the Wooper lead, you can bet the house that there is a Vulpix in the back as well. So we are playing with that in mind. We do have the health advantage. They do have a slight energy lead on us, and we do also still have a shield advantage. We are going to try our very best to hang on to the shield advantage, but if things happen to go awry, we will even up the shielding scenario to maintain our alignment. So they are at Mirror Code Energy, although debuffed severely. It would do quite a bit and allow them to flip switch. And they aggro swap back into the Wooper, and that is what we wanted to see. Now, with this Wooper team, the goal with this team that you will often see is that they like to really load up on energy. That is what they value with this Wooper team. And we are also playing with that in mind, putting the pressure on them very early. They are at another body slam, but guys, we live this. If you have a PvP optimized Bulbasaur, you can live that long enough to absolutely chunk. And my goodness, this Wooper is hanging on by a thread. Gonna throw Dewpider in here to force them to throw, and we are absolutely reading that there is a Vulpix in the back. So now it is time for Seel to shine here and hopefully bring this home for us. And there it is, right on cue, the Vulpix. A very common team that has popped up as of late. And if you're running Team Number 2, guys, you can laugh all the way to the bank and do put in work on that Wooper team. And here we go. We're going for the Aqua Tail. Does big damage. You would think that it would KO, but that is the power of Vulpix. Overpowered, especially in this meta. We definitely live another body slam, and this is all but over, my friends. We have the Aqua Tail here, locked and loaded to take out the Wooper. And my goodness, Seel coming in clutch. Excuse me, that was Dewpider. My goodness, I lost track, but it does not matter because what is most important is the win, and we did get that with our team. Good game, well played to our opponent. Oh, it's so nice when you run into a Wooper with Team Number 2. It is quite nice to see, but here we go. Dewpider lead, another very common lead that we often see. So the way I like to play the Dewpider lead is we will not stay in here very long. What we want to do is pressure shields and health. So I usually bait with the Seed Bomb. You build up to the Sludge Bomb and you will almost always grab a shield. Why? I don't know. But if they do shield, you'll want to return the shield in kind, and then you will go for the Sludge Bomb. They will not shield the second move for sure. So that's how you play the Dewpider lead. Once this lands, and it does, it's Dewpider time. We're going to throw our own Dewpider in here to farm down. You tank all this damage. It does not matter against Dewpider, as it is about as tanky as it gets in these little cup formats. And there they have another Wooper. Holy smokes. That's fine. Team number 2 handles Wooper very well, as we saw in that previous battle. We are resisting this fast move pressure, but they can absolutely fight back with neutral body slams, which they can get to at a very, very fast rate, and that is fine. We're going to tank it all and try and get this Wooper as low as possible. One thing you need to realize about Wooper is it is quite bulky. Wooper is super tanky. But the damage does add up over time, and we are debuffing that attack. So whatever we decide to come back in with, we don't really have to shield anything from the Wooper, and they cannot KO. They snipe us with a Lit Leo. Holy smokes, running tackle with stab, and that is fine because they have locked their fire type in on to our water type, although they are double resisting our fast move pressure, and we tank the crunch. That's fine. They're double resisting it because it does have a normal typing, but we're going for the Aqua Tail, and they let that go. Holy smokes, misplay, I think, and we farm it down with double resisted licks. We know that they still have that Dewpider. We farm it down, and that Wooper is hanging on. Well, not quite, but considering it's taking double super effective damage, it might as well have been hanging on by a thread as we do farm it down. Wooper does not stand a chance against this team. Good game, well played. Bulbasaur on team number 2 really puts in the work in this meta, and here we go. For reasons like this, positive lead in the form of Seel, although they can fight back with the threat of the super effective Icy Wind. We tried to play to the CMP, and they anticipated that and catch our Seed Bomb onto their Vulpix. Nice play by them, but they are now locked in. And that Seed Bomb did a decent amount of damage considering it was resisted. So that just puts us that much further ahead with our Seel. Getting that chip damage off was actually quite nice because Vulpix does outpace Seel. And we can, of course, hit this thing. And they let it go. They went Weather Ball there. Kind of interesting to see. Although Dugong, which is Seal's evolution, is part ice, you still want to go Body Slam as Seel is pure water type, and they do come back in with their own Seel, so just gonna play this out here, go for these resisted Icy Winds. Both moves are resisted, but Icy Wind can debuff that attack, and it looks like they're going for the full farm down. Holy smokes. They are hanging on by a thread, and we're going to throw Dewpider in here to soak this resisted damage. We definitely don't want to have to give up shields or take some massive damage on our Bulbasaur. They make an aggro, they aggro swap into a Dewpider of their own. So the play here now is to just debuff this thing into oblivion with our own Dewpider. We're going to try and get off as many resisted bubble beams as we possibly can without having to give up a shield and without allowing them to farm us all the way down. As we are now in the red, they're going to throw some energy, which is fantastic. Whatever it is does not KO, and we are going to get off one more bubble beam. Again, it is resisted, but it's really the debuff that we want to take advantage of. They, of course, tank that, and now it is Bulbasaur time. These bug bites are doing neutral damage to us, but they are adding up, although it has been debuffed. Going for the Seed Bomb hits for neutral, but it hits for quite a bit of neutral. They swap to clear that debuff. Nice play by them, but they have no shields, my friends, and we have two. This is all but over for them. They are fighting the good fight. Good on them, but we get to this Seed Bomb. Yes, they have debuffed us, but it's enough to say bye-bye to the Dewpider. Bulbasaur coming in super clutch, closing the game in dominant fashion. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Boy, I tell you guys, team number 2 is really putting in the work. You gotta stay ahead of the game. When a meta shifts, you gotta be ready with a solid team. And here we go. Mad Cargo lead running Rock Throw. And these Rock Throws are absolutely chunking. Holy smokes. So we're gonna build up to the Sludge Bomb and really threaten their shields. Gonna bait with the Seed Bomb. And we do grab the shield. That is amazing. We're gonna hang in here long enough to allow them to throw. And we're not going to let them take us out. We're going to bank the Seed Bomb and make a play into our Seel. They threw their energy, so they do have a move, but they're hanging on by a thread. They bank that move and they make a play into their own Seel, but we do have the energy advantage, although they do have the health advantage, so that is fine. They sort of cancel each other out as we are both only throwing resisted damage at each other. And we are going to try and get off another Icy Wind. That's all you really do in the Seel mirror matchup. It is quite tedious as with most other mirror matchups. And the question is, are they going to throw their energy? They are. That's amazing. That's actually huge because what we can do now, it doesn't KO as Seel is quite tanky, but now what we can do, because they threw their energy, we can farm all the way down without getting debuffed with our Dewpider. You'll love to see it. And I'm going to see what they have. They do have that Slugma with a move. They tried to get it off, but they were not healthy enough to do it. That is unfortunate for them. What happened there is they wanted to get off that move, but it takes one turn to get off your move. You have to be healthy enough to withstand one of our fast moves, which is also one turn. And a slight miscalculation by them. They were not healthy enough to tank our Bug Bite. That's unfortunate, but here we are, guys. They've got their own Dewpider, still has a shield, but no way of clearing the debuffs, guys. That is huge. And what we're trying to do here is grab that final shield, because if you guys can remember, we banked a Seed Bomb. So we're going to shield this and try and coax them into giving up their shield. We're going for yet another Bubble Beam here. Let's see if they fall for the bait, guys. Let's see. They do. That means it's time for a combo play. You'd love to see it. We had that Seed Bomb banked, and we are saying bye-bye to the Dewpider. Bulbasaur coming in clutch yet again, guys. Bulbasaur is definitely the way to go right now if you have one. Good game. Well played to our opponent. Had a lot of fun with those bonus battles, but now we move into the featured set of the video. And here we go. Seel on the lead. It does run Water Gun. They swap into a Dewpider. So whenever you get a Dewpider safe swap and you're running Bulbasaur on the lead, I really like to either chip with a lot of damage or grab a shield. They tank that, and that is beautiful. So we can now come in with our own Dewpider and really, absolutely load up on energy. They go Mirror Coat. That's amazing because we don't have to tank a debuff. That's beautiful. We'll take that all day, guys. They do come back in with the Seel. And much like Walrein, guys, Seel is quite bulky as well. And we are resisting these water guns, and they do run Body Slam, and their coverage move is Aurora Beam or Water Pulse. I do imagine you would want to go Aurora Beam in this meta. And so we're playing with that in mind. They're absolutely loading up on energy, guys. They're going for the full aggressive farm down. That's an insane farm down. So we're going to throw Bulbasaur in here. And going to shield this out of caution. Honestly, I don't want to get hit by an Aurora Beam. It's just the Body Slam, and that's beautiful. And they got a Litwick in the back. Holy smokes. Guys, there's no better answer to a Litwick in this meta than Seel. Holy smokes. We're going for the Aqua Tail there. Seel, hard walls, Litwick like you wouldn't believe, guys. They can throw whatever they want. They only have fire moves, and we are a pure water type, which means that we can farm this thing all the way down to Funky Town. You'd love to see it. We are now loaded on energy. Gonna go for the Icy Winds. That's what you do up against opposing water types. Both moves are resisted. You might as well debuff that attack while you can, and they tried farming down. It was not going to happen. We do farm them down, taking the game with our Seel. You love to see it. Good game. Well played to our opponent. Guys, I would say Bulbasaur's position in the current rankings is thoroughly justified. And here we go. Pharaoh Seed, what the heck? Holy smokes. We go into our Dewpider. They make a play into a Seel. And we do have the energy lead. The way I like to play Seel is it's quite tanky. It's a battle of attrition if you're up against a Seel or maybe even an opposing Dewpider. So we just go for the resisted bubble beams, take the sting off of the fast move pressure, and they're going to do the same. We're both dealing neutral damage with our fast moves, and we both throw resisted damage with our charge moves. Although we do have the option to throw a Mirror Coat, so we are definitely going to make a play for that. We just want to get them within a range to where maybe it won't KO, the Mirror Coat that is, but hoping that the subsequent bug bites will do the trick for us. So that's what we're going to do here. Going for the Mirror Coat. We've been severely debuffed. Had a feeling it wouldn't quite KO, but we're going to try and bite this thing down. We just cannot get it. Seel, too thick, too tanky. They're forcing a shield out of us. That is unfortunate. But we do maintain alignment here. So now Bulbasaur can't do a whole lot against this thing. So we're going to throw Seel in here. Honestly, guys, as much as I would like to pretend that I knew the moveset of this thing, I had no clue what the moveset could be. It could be a grass move, but no, it's a Gyro Ball. That's amazing. That's resisted with our water typing. I'm thinking right now we might have a chance here. Going to go for the Icy Wind. It does hit for neutral damage, and these licks are neutral, and they are adding up. And they will get to another move. We've already seen Gyro Ball, and they go Iron Head. Holy smokes. They double move this thing with 2 steel type moves. Holy smokes. Definitely just go Iron Head if all it learns is steel move. My goodness. But we do take that thing out, and oh gosh, they've got a Vulpix in the back. This is lights out. This one was just not meant to be. We let this go. There's no hope. They are up a shield. We top left and save everyone some time. We ran up against the brick wall with that one, but we did try our best. Good game, well played to our opponent. Yeah, Ferrothorn on the lead with a Vulpix in the back is no bueno, I would say, but that is fine. We press on. Here we go. We have Seel lead. They make a play into a Dewpider, and like I said in all the other battles, if they save swap Dewpider, you either want to pressure those shields or do a lot of damage. They take the damage, and now it's Dewpider time. Throwing our own Dewpider in here to farm this thing down. They can throw whatever they want. We are not shielding a thing from this opposing Dewpider. We are bug biting this thing all the way down. Now they did go for the bubble beam, so our attack stat is a little bit compromised. But we are going to return the favor. They do come back in with their own Seel, and we do get that bubble beam off. And yeah, again, it's a battle of attrition against tanky Pokemon in this meta. We just go for the bubble beam, and then when we get them low enough, we try to make the play for the Mirror Coat, if at all possible. And they're going to throw another resisted move at us, and it's not going to do a whole lot, and we are just going to keep bug biting, chipping away slowly but surely at the opposing Seel. We get this bubble beam off. I don't imagine they shield. And they do not. And now right about here is where we kind of want to make the play for the Mirror Coat. Again, they can throw whatever they want. We are not shielding anything. We're going to try and get to this Mirror Coat if at all possible. But no! They cracked under the pressure, guys. They look to catch this super effective damage on their Fire-type Vulpix. And now I think that sealed the deal for them. It is lights out. Holy smokes. Yeah, you definitely don't want to make a play like that, but hey, I've been there as well. Good game, well played to our opponent. Team number 2 for my top 3 best teams for the Element Cup Remix was quite powerful, especially when you're running into these Wooper leads. You love to see it. Oh, but it doesn't look like they're running the conventional Wooper team. They've got a Shadow Bulbasaur in the bag. So we're going to put the pressure on them very early and go for this big Sludge Bomb. They, of course, shield, as this is a Shadow, and it is quite a bit squishier than the non-Shadow. We're going to tank this. We are quite tanky, but holy smokes, that does a lot of damage. My goodness, to a very tanky Pokemon. They're going to force a second shield off of us. So now the shielding scenario is even. And we are just going to go for the resisted Bubble Beam. That'll be more than enough. I don't imagine they shield this. And hopefully the resisted damage combined with the neutral Bug Bites will be enough. And it is. You love to see it. Dewpider, flip and switch. It's a beautiful thing. They've got a Vulpix in the back. So very similar to the conventional Wooper team that we often see. But instead of Dewpider, they had a Shadow Bulbasaur. And they are now down on shields. They shielded our super effective Bubble Beam. And now here we go. We can now align our Seel onto this Vulpix. It has been debuffed. The debuff has been applied, so we don't have to shield a thing from the Vulpix. We comfortably tank a couple of these Shadow Body Slams, no problem, from the Vulpix. And we will throw here, not allowing them to catch the move. And we do say bye-bye to the Vulpix. And now it is over. That poor Wooper does not have a prayer, guys. I'm telling you. If they have a Wooper on their team, it's basically an insta-win with team number 2. You love to see it. Good game, well played to our opponent. I'm telling you guys, there is no better way to stay ahead of the game with the meta shift than to run team number 2. And here we go. Dewpider leads. So, as in the previous Dewpider leads, I like to build up to the Sludge Bomb and go for the Seed Bomb. If they tank this, that's fine. That's still going to do quite a bit of damage, and they do. So now what we're going to look to do is catch the next move. Could definitely have been a super effective Mirror Coat. We don't want to have to give them an early shield advantage, but it is just a Bubble Beam, and they make a play into a Seel. So, team reading, guys, if you run into the Dewpider lead, it's often has a Seel in the back, which we see here, but the third is almost always some sort of fire type. Generally, it's a Vulpix. But it could be any other fire type that we often see in the meta. So we are playing with that in mind. And just like with all the other Seel matchups, we just go for that Bubble Beam. And when we get them low enough, we will make a play for the big Mirror Coat. That seems to be the best way to play the Seel matchup here. They're going to go for another resisted move. We are not shielding, and we live that pretty easily, I must say. And now we go for the big Mirror Coat here. And if they shield this, that would be beautiful. They can shield if they want, but no, they let it go, and they hang on by a thread. Seel is insane, guys. It would have been really nice to KO that thing because they forced a shield out of us. That is unfortunate, but we do take it out. They take us out with their own Dewpider, and because they threw their energy, we are well ahead with our Bulbasaur. I'm going to go for the Seed Bomb here and see what they want to do. They shield, so they want to get off some damage. No, they make a play into a Slugma. So our Bulbasaur is just about done. We are going to do as much damage as we can before we swap. They shield. Holy smokes, that's amazing. That basically sealed the deal for them because they have no shields, and we've got a Water type with a Water type charge move. Go to shield whatever this is. It will hit us a lot harder than whatever that Dewpider can throw. And we get to the Aqua Tail, and we're saying bye-bye to the Slugma, and now it is all but over. They could top left at any time if they wanted to, as there is no hope for them. They can throw a Mirror Coat all they want. It's not going to help them whatsoever, and they do finally top left, just as we were going to take them out. Guys, team number 2 addresses the current meta extremely well. That's the team, my friends. Good game. Well played to our opponent. And how about it? Team number 2, putting in the work. You'd love to see it. I had a blast with it. It was quite strong. I really wanted to address all of the Wooper leads that we are now seeing pop up everywhere. And there is no better team to address that than with team number 2, because if you think about it, obviously Bulbasaur handles Wooper quite well. But both of the Pokemon in the back do very well against Wooper as well. So Wooper really has nowhere to go. That's really what I wanted to address and give you guys a solid team to fight back against all of those Wooper teams that we see everywhere now. And it beats just about everything else in between, as we saw in this video. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.